All right, hey guys. This is Chuck with Social Kudo and Local 30. So we're going to be real quick going through this. Hold on a second. Let me shut my office door. Go real quick going through this. So I wanted to go through some of the new changes to the program. Really not showing you much, but really just talking through them. The first thing that we're doing is we've kind of changed up and increased our level of involvement in the Local 30 groups. I know initially we had some involvement, and then as a company we backed away and let the facilitators handle that, and we're seeing that can cause some issues, so we're going to be a little bit more involved in this. Also, we're finding that by being more involved, we're getting more community support and able to drive more views to the website. So we're actually scheduling to be out in each one of the Local 30 areas where we have Local 30 groups. We're going to be doing community marketing, where we're actually, setting up booths and tables at some of these community events and promoting the local businesses that are part of Local 30. So you'll have the ability to put flyers on the table, come by the table and talk to people. But what we're trying to create here is the local part of social, mobile, and local. Remember, we all talked about that in all of the meetings that we've had, all of the pre-launch meetings. We talked about the importance of social, mobile, and local, and we've put a lot of time and attention into the social and the mobile aspects of it by building the app and the sharing software and your websites. But now we're going to get a lot more involved in the local side as well. So like I said, we're going to be at these community events. Another thing that we've done is we've changed the pricing structure. Now, this does not change for anyone that is currently a member. You are grandfathered in. You'll never be asked to pay more. However, new members, the pricing structure is $100 per month, no setup fee, but you pay quarterly. So you'll pay $300 to join, but that's good for your first 3 months. Now, if you can refer, which we've had many people do this, so I know that it's not difficult, if during your first 3 months you can refer 3 other people for membership and they join, then you get the rest of the year for free. So you're getting it for $300 by bringing 3 other people on. They don't have to come into your group. They just have to come into another group, so that or any other group. That kind of covers the pricing structure and the referral bonus. If you do more than 3 people, then you can actually get credit towards your next year's. Okay, so you can actually start building up your next year. So it takes 4 referrals to get an entire year for free. That first year, you pay for your first month, or your first 3 months, $300, and then you refer 3 people during that first 3 months, you get the rest of the year for free. And then during that time, work on getting those 4 others, and then you'll get the next year for free. Next thing is those of you that are actively sharing and doing your shares every day like you're supposed to, should have noticed that the rotation time for sharing changed from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It really didn't change. Daylight savings time changed, right? So any of you that are coding aficionados that understand the pains and sufferings that I go through to create what's called a clock within a program so that they can keep track of time, would know that there's no way that Chuck's going to sit down and code out to remember daylight savings time. So the new time for rotation is 10 o'clock a.m. That gives you plenty of time. If you forgot the day before, you can share. If not, wait till after 10. You get your text messages around noon. That's always a safe time to share. The next thing is additions. So I'm allowing you, I've got it listed here as an About Me page, but it's really what I want to call it as Locally Speaking. So the page is going to be called Locally Speaking. And this is for you to give a little bit more personal information about yourself and about how you support local businesses, or you believe in local businesses, or you believe in the community. Remember, that's really what we're trying to do here, is get people to understand that they need to buy from you, right, instead of buying from a national company. They need to spend their money locally, and you're going to be helping people out locally by promoting them, and they're going to be helping people out and promoting you. This is all this is about. So basically, if you send me like a picture of yourself, so you create a change order. Okay, so you go in and you in the website mylocal30.com, you can request a change. On that change, you can say, you can write a little paragraph about yourself, a personal paragraph, and then it's got the ability to attach a picture. Attach that picture, and I'll create at no charge this locally speaking page, and I'll show you an example of mine here in a minute. Okay? The other thing that we have the capability of doing is, if you've got videos, let me know the YouTube, and I can link some of your videos to your page as well. People like looking at videos, and I will do that at no charge as well, trying to help you guys out. The other thing is whether you know it or not, your sites can be used as a mobile landing page. So for those of you out there that do not have a mobile-friendly website, or even a website, you can use your Local 30 site for that. If you have a URL, a web address, a www something, we can set it up to where when people type that in, they can go to your Local 30 site if you don't have your own website. Or if they're on a mobile phone and your website isn't mobile optimized, only if they're on a mobile phone will it go directly to your Local 30 site. And we'll make that your landing page, because what's going to happen here, April 25th is the end of the end, right? Google will no longer represent you or show your website in search results just for you on a mobile phone. So if they search for you on a mobile phone, they're not going to find you. So we're offering that up as well. There's no additional charge if you're a member. Okay? And as long as you're a member, you can use that mobile landing page. Okay? Next thing I want to go over is sharing, right? We've been getting a little lackadaisical on our sharing, and then I see just hashtag mylocal30. Guys, some of you are doing really, really good, and you're writing personal stuff, or you're writing things. That's what it takes. When I look at the stats and I look at posts out there, I can see a lot more hits when someone actually writes something like, here's a business that cares about the local community, give them their support, or, that's all you've got to write. We know for certain, we might not know if we like their product, but we know for certain that they're promoting other local businesses, because they're part of my Local 30. So if nothing else, say, here's a business that supports other local businesses, and I appreciate that, or something like that. Just anything. Or what we've got happening in other groups, or like in the Rockwall group, one of the Rockwall groups, they actually message each other and tell each other what they want them to post about. Like Anne from Interstate Batteries, she's running a little thing right now. Hey, come in and talk to her, and she'll give you a free 9-volt battery for your smoke alarms. Man, if that don't say love, I don't know what does, right? Just here's a free 9-volt battery for your smoke alarm. So, if you're in that group, that's what you should be posting about her. And that's what the kind of discussions we need to have between the group members to help this go. This isn't something that's just going to, it's not a switch that you're going to flip and it's just magically going to get you all these customers. You've got to build the trust of the organization. You've got to build the trust of social media. And by doing this and by people seeing that you're posting more than, hashtag mylocal30, right, then what's going to happen is this thing's going to start growing, and we're going to get the message out there that it is important. You know, it's important to go local. This is something that's kind of a passion of mine. I hope that, you know, that you guys are passionate about it as well, because all of you are small local businesses. And that's what this is all about, is to say, you know what, I'm going to do business with, I'm going to do business with this business because they do business with local CPAs. They hire local attorneys. They buy their cars locally. But you're not going to get that from a big, like Walmart. Walmart doesn't use local attorneys. Walmart doesn't use local suppliers. So anyway, that's I'm going to get off my soap dish, but that's what this is all about. So spread the love when you're doing your sharing. The other thing you can do is send some emails out too, right? If you think about someone that might need some service that's represented in your group, shoot them an email, right? Just because we don't purport ourselves as being just a networking group, we're still a networking group. We're so much more than just a networking group, but we're still a networking group. We still have to have those hard referrals, and the app was built to do that, right? The app was built to where you can walk down the street, someone asks for a plumber, you can refer them the plumber if you've got it in their group. If you don't have a plumber in the group, but you know a plumber, refer them, right? Get them to come on to Local 30. End up getting the rest of the year for free. Okay? So that's kind of all I've got. So let's kind of open it up for questions and answers. Try to do that. I think Sam needs like about 5 minutes. So let's open it up for questions and answers. So who do we got? I know that Lloyd, you had a question. What was your question?
Yeah, my question is about when I go to my stats and take a look at where my various views are coming from. I'm getting France is the biggest group, and then the United States, and then a little bit from Italy, and I'm not sure why it's going overseas.
Because they love you overseas, Lloyd. No, actually that's a very good question. So here's the deal, guys. I host all of this is hosted on Amazon servers, and Amazon has servers spread across the entire world. So what happens is when someone hits the site, it might be hitting one of my sites that's being hosted in France. It might hit one that's in Turkey, right? What happens is based on the speed of the internet, I've got over 50 copies of My Local 30, or this whole program that's being run, spread across the world in different places. So if God forbid something happens, like an ice storm hits New York City, and New York City goes to a blackout, we don't go down because we've also got the site running in France. Okay, so I can't control where the traffic goes, where they're going to send it to, which server, but that's why that happens. And right now, it looks like a lot of our traffic is being pushed to the Amazon site in France. And the only reason I know this is because I asked the same question about, this changed about 3 months ago, and I was like, what the heck's going on? So I called them up, and that's what they told me.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. We have another question? Let me kind of go down the list. Okay, who's this?
Stacy Flowers.
Oh, hey, Stacy, what do you got?
Okay, you said y'all were going to go to different events and set up a booth and would hand out flyers. Is there a way where we could find out what events you're going to have these booths at so we can make sure we give you your flyers?
Yeah, absolutely. What we'll do is once we get them scheduled, because we're starting to schedule them now because spring's coming, so I've got to get with Sam on which ones we're going to be at in Waxahachie and probably
Arlington.
Arlington. I know that we've got some already scheduled for Rockwall that we'll be handing out some stuff, but right now we haven't scheduled anything for Waxahachie. Some of them will just actually be there talking to people. Other ones will actually have tables. So we're out there, getting the word out about, the Hatchie or the Rockwall or the, Arlington or Richardson groups that are forming.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go down the list here. Brian, do you have any questions?
Well, one of the biggest concerns I'm seeing with this is the businesses or the businesses that are tied into the local 30. There's a lot of the people that are with these businesses. We don't even get to know them at all. So I try to be as creative as I can when it comes to putting my daily post out there for those other businesses to get people to notice them a little bit.
Yeah, you're actually doing really good at that, Brian. As I say, you always seem to find something most of the time to say about people. So on that, right now you guys are set to, I think, have a meeting tomorrow, and we're looking at really trying to make it to where you guys are going to meet twice a month, okay? There are a couple of people that we've put into your group that probably won't come to the meetings, and that's because they're from the Arlington group, and so we've got them spread out amongst other groups, and then when we get enough members, then we'll push them into their own group. But so on those, I would say go to their Facebook page, learn a little bit about them. You can always pick up the phone and give them a call and say, hey, I'm Brian Elliott. I'm in your group. I don't know anything about you, but you're coming up for sharing tomorrow. Tell me a little bit about your business. Let me tell you about mine. Remember, networking groups, you still have these little one-on-ones. I'm not a big fan of one-on-ones, but in the absence of having a group and having to already know someone, then pick up the phone and have a 5-minute conversation.
Well, I think so. Also, since we're a new group, we're not even 6 months old yet, and sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit too. Yep.
No, you're right. That's why we're kind of stepping back in and having some more meetings and actually maybe running some contests to get some more members. I mean, really, we're offering you guys, even though you're on the old pay plan, I'm going to honor the 3 in and you're free type thing. So, something like in Rockwall, we've got a couple of people in the 2 Rockwall groups that are already at 2 people. So once they refer one more person that joins, they're getting the rest of the year for free. So we'll honor that as well. If you've already, if you've got one person that has joined, then you've just got 2 more to bring on.
Do I need to bring that $100 Visa card that I bought in the beginning? Do I need to bring that to the meeting tomorrow?
Well, you can. No, just hold on to it because we actually the drawing happened, but the person that won has not called. So I wanted to give them about a week to call, and I'll reach out to them and give them a call now, probably this week, and say, find out who they are, right? And then I'll put them in contact with you, so that you can get the photo off. You can take the picture, you can post it on your Facebook, you can do all that kind of stuff.
Oh, definitely. Okay, I'm interested in that. That's fine.
Okay. All right, next on my list is JD. JD, you are never without a question.
Say again?
For JD.
I said, JD, you're next on the list, and you've always got a question. Do you have something for me?
I think Brian just asked the same question that I would ask. I'd like to get together with folks, like he was saying, and you pretty much answered the question that I had.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know JD, he's actually the new facilitator in our Richardson group. That group, it all comes back to who the facilitator is. The facilitator can make or break the group. And JD, if you read his posts, he gets to know the people he's posting about. He always puts really good posts out there. I always see a lot of extra hits on his posts. So, we appreciate what you're doing, JD, and we'll actually start building that group back up for you.
Good deal.
Okay? All right, Let's see here. Go ahead. Let's see. There's someone here that's listed as viewer 1. I'm not sure who that is, but does anyone else have any questions?
Can I ask 2?
Yeah, you can have 2. You can have 5.
I already asked
Yeah.
one. Is there a list of the existing groups that are already out there, like Arlington and Rockwall, Waxahachie, and who's in those groups, or the people in the other groups could see them?
Well, that's what we have we'll have a quarterly mixer, and you guys will actually get to meet those people, right? So,
So there's
maybe,
not a place where we can
actually,
look and see.
well, yeah, you can go to each one of their own individual groups, but we try to, we could probably release the information, but what we don't want to happen is to have a bunch of look-see-loos bouncing on their sites, skewing their stats, right? So if everyone's just looking at other people's sites without actually, it's not a real stat. But yeah, I can get you. I'll figure out a way to get it to you, Stacy.
Okay,
Hey, Chuck, I think
I have one more question.
Yeah.
When you share daily, it's off of the Facebook page, but I know that there are some of them that have a LinkedIn or a Twitter or anything. Can we share on all of those if we want?
You can share wherever you want. As a matter of fact, you know what? When you're in a smaller group, I would switch it up, right? So, Jackrabbit Design, you know what? Share him on Facebook this time. The next time he comes around, share him on LinkedIn. Or share him on your Facebook and LinkedIn if you want to, right?
Okay.
That is totally up to you guys. We're not the share Nazis, right? We're not going to, tell you where to share. What we're doing is we're just kind of keeping track of making sure that people are sharing. And if you miss a day here, you miss a day there, no foul, right? That's something you've got to do within your group, right? When your group sees that you're not sharing, right? Because everyone should be friends, and they should be able to tell if they're not getting shared by someone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way
I agree.
That's the way it's supposed to be, kind of self-managed. We're all adults. We're supposed to be helping each other. That's what the purpose of this whole thing is to help each other. So yeah, you can send out an email. You could do LinkedIn. You can, other things I tell people to do on smaller groups is so let's say that like Kurt Vogel with Jackrabbit Design. I saw that on LinkedIn he's got a wedding show that he's going to. So instead of sharing his local 30, maybe I share his post. I reshare his post on LinkedIn. Because since he's my friend, he sees that I did that, and that counts as my share. So we can do things like that as well. It's really about doing shout-outs and referring people and stuff like that. The site is kind of there so that you always have something easy to share, and it's got all the right information on it. But if you see something that's like Brian, if you were doing something special there in the community, and I saw that on Facebook, man, I reshare that.
Okay.
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 Any other questions?
When is our next meeting in Richardson going to be? The storm canceled the last one.
Yeah, so Sam will get with you on that. We'll get a reschedule. See if we can get some guests up there.
Okay.
Okay. I know we've got Waxahachie. They've got a meeting tomorrow, right, Sam?
Yes, that's correct. 11:30 at the Ryans.
Yeah, and I apologize. I'm not going to be able to make that one. I would have loved to have attended. I don't think we have any of our Rockwall people on the call. And probably the reason is because they're... Do what?
Lloyd.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Lloyd's there. Lloyd's on there. Yeah, but the Rockwall groups, the two Rockwall groups, they're very close-knit. They have their meetings every week. So, and they stay involved. They've got they started their own Facebook page where they communicate back and forth with each other and say, hey, this is what I'm doing this week. Maybe y'all could share this about me, stuff like that. So those are some things that we can help you with if you want to do it. So to be conscious of your time, it is 8 o'clock now, and so Sam was going to do a presentation. If you guys have another 5 minutes, you can probably go through it, or we can go through it on our next call. Sam, what do you think?
I'm okay with doing it now, or I could just record it and post it with the replay of everything, because I do think getting done on time is important.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and stay on the call. Sam's going to give her 5-minute presentation. Feel free to drop off if you want to. This will be recorded, and you can go back and look to it at a later time. This is also information that's in the book, I believe. And isn't it, Sam?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give, let's see, I'm going to go here to the color code. I'm going to pass presenter role to you, Sam. And now you've just got to accept it. And now you can continue on. But you're showing your screen. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second, Sam.
Yeah, how about I just say next?
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, hold on a second. Pass it back to me. Okay, there it is. Sorry, guys. Feel like a newbie at this. Okay,
yeah.
All right. And here we go. All right, you ready, Sam?
I'm ready. So if you have your business development that we've given all the members, the chapter before the chapter called First Things First is on the color code. And check next slide. I wanted to share this with you guys tonight because I really think it's important. If you understand who you are and what you're good at, then you'll be able to connect with better people that are going to support you in your business. Just imagine if Chuck and I were both really great at programming, but neither of us had any administrative skills or social skills. Thank goodness Chuck is the social butterfly. Oh, wait, that's go ahead and get that. So why are we talking about personality tests for business development? Well, the reason I wanted to talk about it, hey, Chuck, you can go to the next slide. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I really believe that if your business is growing, you need to be growing personally as well. They go hand in hand. If you're not growing personally, it's likely that your business is not going to be growing either. Next slide. So there's a lot of different personality tests out there, and I've done a lot of them. I'm sure you have too, but the reason I like the color code the best is because you have to answer the questions based on your earliest childhood memories and your motives. This is important because over time you have different life experiences, and those change who you are. And some people say that it actually changes who you were created to do. It makes you different than what you would have been without those experiences, which makes sense to me. Some of those experiences make things better and some make them worse. So what I know to be true is that I've lived most of my life as a red personality, but in reality, I'm really a blue. So now that I know I'm a blue, I can start making decisions based on that and let the red people of my life be those red people. Check. Next slide. And if you can't guess, Chuck is the red. Some of the things listed on this slide could be benefits that you would experience from taking the color code test. There is a free version, thecolorcode.com. And I included this in the first part of the business development book because I really, really believe it's important. I would love for you to take the test and to let me know what color you are. Next slide. I'm not going to read these pages completely, but just want you to know the traits of the different colors. Red, they're basically the power people, and they're very assertive. Some might even call them bossy. I don't know about that, though, Chuck. Next slide. The blues are good at relationship, and they're responsible. They're good at connecting with people and things, and they're very thoughtful. So, yeah, I'm blue. And the next one, Chuck, white. These are the peacekeepers. They want to keep peace and calm at all costs, and they really are good listeners. So if you need a good listener, you need to find the white personality. And the last color is yellow, and they are the fun-loving party people. They're sociable, they're charismatic, and they just love to be the life of the party. So there's red, yellow, white, and blue. And most people aren't just one. They're a combination of all four. And I really do think that if you take the time to take this test and figure out what that means to you and your business and your personal life, you'll see some improvement. We are really thankful for each of the local businesses represented by Local 30, and we appreciate your time. That's all I got, Chuck. I did it really fast.
All right, yeah, awesome. So, I mean, I took the test, and it was funny because I read it. I kept saying, no, I got to answer this as a kid. And I've seen how much I actually have changed since I was a kid. But then again, I see how much I've stayed the same, right? So,
yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Where do we find the
cool.
test?
So anyway, go ahead.
Where do we find the test?
Yeah, so it's at
it's colorcode.com, and if you look in your business development book, it actually, the chapter called First Things First, it's there as well.
Okay.
And I'll put it on the next email that I send out to everybody, too.
All right. So very good. Well, listen, I appreciate you, everyone, taking time from your family to join us. I hope that next month shouldn't be as many new things we have to go over, and we can spend a little bit more time on business development. So everyone have a wonderful Tuesday evening, and just keep supporting local businesses. I appreciate everyone's support and wish you all the best.
Thanks, Chuck, Sam.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
See you guys.
Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.